Hey, what's up everybody, my name's Legend. I'm here with another episode of Legend Plays Minecraft, and today we're here on Diamondfire for our second tutorial, and we're going to be going over terrain gens in 5.2. So if you're on the regular nodes, as of right now, if the update doesn't say 1.2 when you do /patch, I believe it is, let me just double check here, I don't want to mislead you. Yeah, if that doesn't say 5.2 in the regular nodes, then the 5.2 hasn't come out. It should be coming out very soon. So this update should be fine, but if it hasn't, then you're going to have to wait a little bit for this to work, because this uses the new repeat on grid. It makes terrain gens much easier, and I'm just going to demonstrate it real quick. Let's do a /play, and there we go. It's a very, very, very basic terrain generation system. It's not going to have any biomes or trees or caves or anything. It's extremely basic, and we're going to have more advanced ones coming in the future, but for now it's going to be very, very basic. So this uses the repeat on function repeat on grid in 5.2, like I mentioned right here, repeat on grid, which is only in 5.2. So that's why I'm telling you now, you have to be in 5.2. Otherwise, this simply won't work. Just a fair warning. Make sure you're in 5.2. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait a little bit. Sorry. Yeah. So either way, I will see you guys in a second and start doing this. Yeah. Alright, so let's get started here. I'm going to start by creating a process, and you can call it a process or you can use a function wherever you want to like activate your terrain gen. For me, I'm just going to do it on join because I don't really care that much, but you probably want to do it when the player either does a command or right clicks, or whenever you want to trigger your terrain gen, just go ahead and call it process or code it there, depending on how much space you have. So I'm just going to name this basic gen because this is a basic gen. So let's go with the process, and let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Clear this all out, and we need to get some stuff going, so we need a repeat first. And what you're going to want to do is do a repeat on grid, and what this does, it repeats for different locations on, well, a grid. So if we give it a starting location and an end location, so let's go ahead and get two location variables. And you're also going to need a dynamic variable. Let's start with the locations first. So I'm just going to build up a little bit. You can set these wherever you want. Just make sure they're on the same y-axis. Oops. Alright. So actually what I could just do is just use right click so I don't have to set blocks on both corners. But just go ahead and pick two locations. There we go. And then also name your dynamic variable. I'm just going to name mine current loc for location. Make sure that's a local, or don't, whatever you choose. So let's go ahead and start with the next step here. So what we're going to need to do is, before this, so we're going to shift right click on this stone block to get more space. I'm going to go ahead and set a variable, and I'm going to call it, so I'm getting another location. I'm going to call it seed. So this is going to be like the randomization that the Perlin noise goes based off of. So %random, which will get you a random number between whatever variable or whatever numbers you specify. So I'm gonna go with 1 to, like, I don't know, just a bunch of 9s, like at least 10 digits or something. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yep. There we go. I mean, not 10 digits. At least like 7. I don't know. Whatever. The more you put in there, the more randomization that can happen. I mean, I'm not gonna be genning that much, but so now we have that set up. We're also going to want to go ahead and create a Perlin noise. Perlin noise is in advanced actions, and then it's right here, get Perlin noise. So let's create another variable, and let's call that Perlin noise. Boom. And now let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So it needs to take a location, and then it has a bunch of numbers. Now, we're going to leave those numbers as default, and then we also have to get that generation seed in. So we're going to put 1, 1, 1.5, and 0.75. So 1 twice, 1.75, or 1.5. Oops, that's 1.4. 1.5. Oh my gosh, I can't type. 1.5 and 0.75. We'll just leave those as the defaults, and then also we're going to need to give it a location, and the location we're going to get is from this repeat, the current location. Current location. Alright. And then we're going to go ahead and say, put those default numbers in. And then make sure I did that in the right order. I did. And then we're going to go ahead and put the seed in last. There we go. Now what we need to do is go ahead and say game action. We're going to do block manipulation set block at the current location. And then we're going to set it to whatever you want to do. I'm going to do grass because that's like the normal top layer block. Also, let's shift right click on the stone in the middle. And let's go ahead and put a shift location. Shift on axis. And let's get the current location. And then let's go to this tag right here and let's select Y. There we go. Now what we're going to want to do is shift it based on the Perlin noise. So I'm just going to use %math so we can get out a number. All right. And then you can type %math and then we're going to do beginning parenthesis, and then we're going to do %var beginning parenthesis, and then the var variable that we're going to use is the current Perlin noise. So Perlin noise end parenthesis, and then we're going to multiply it by 18, or I think it's 18. God, I hope I'm right. Let's go by 18, and then now let's go ahead and join the game. And we got the good old problem of lag slayer because I forgot to put in my, there we go, my weight. So let's go ahead and put a weight in, and let's do 1 tick. Oh, that's cool. It actually shows you like a little problem, like showing where the, okay. Either way, getting distracted now. Now there's going to be a line there, but that's okay. So let's just do that. And you can watch as it generates. And yeah, you can see it works just fine. But now we need to add some like layers on it, right? Some dirt below it and then some stone. So let's go ahead and quickly, I'm going to, all right, fine, we'll work on that next. So now we're also, you're probably going to want to, if you're going to be generating this multiple times, you're definitely going to want to clear it, right? You're not going to have to manually clear it every single time. So let's work on that next before we add the layers. So what you're going to want to do is get like a general axis, I guess. Or actually with this system, what I'm going to do. So if you think about this, what this is going to do, we're going to, okay, let me just quickly, we're going to have 2 more game actions that are going to set blocks for the dirt and the stone, or however many you want to do, but for this one, we're going to be using dirt and stone. So dirt and stone. And then we're going to put those in those chests, and what we're going to need to do is shift the current location for each of these. So it's simple. For this, we're going to want to go ahead and do 2 locations. Actually, it can be even simpler. We can just say stone top. There we go. So we're going to put a top location, and what it's going to be is shift on axis, and then we're going to take the current location and we're going to shift it down. So if we want 3 layers of dirt, we're going to need to shift down the stone location from that grass down 4, correct? So 4, not 5, I said 4. All right, so shift on axis 4, and make sure that's the Y, boom. Now we're going to go ahead and block manipulation, set block, block and manipulation, set block. So the stone top is going to start right there. And then here we can actually use stone top at that location, because basically it's going to set the dirt from the current location, which we're going to shift down right here. Current location on the y-axis, -1, which I think I forgot to do -4. I did 4. Yep, so -4 because we're going down, not 3. God dang, I can't type 9. There we go. And so now we shift the current location down 1 and the stone top from the current location down 4 on the y-axis. So it's going to set from the 4 dirt blocks, and then since we're only doing 3 dirt blocks, it's not going to matter because the stone top that we used here is going to be changed after with this stone. So now we just need a bottom location. So you can take that. We're going to need a stone bot or stone bottom. Stone bot. And what you can either do here is just set to, or what we're going to do here is going to be, instead of shifting like we did on the other ones, we're going to just set location, because the stone bottom is going to go down to bedrock, or yeah, down to bedrock. So set the Y, and then we're going to go with a number, and we're going to name it, or do 1. Or bedrock is 1, so we're going to want 2, because we don't want to dig the bedrock, right? So 2. And then we just simply put stone bot in there. In here. There we go. So now let's quickly just play, and then you can see, as you can see here, it does the dirt layers. Those are the dirt layers. And alright, I'm getting mesmerized there. So now the only problem is, as you can see, some of this generation is still here. We don't want that. We want to get rid of it, right? But we don't want to have to manually clear it out every time. I mean, like this layer right here, this should not have been there in the last generation. So what we're going to need to do, it's very simple, because since right here we're setting over any currently existing blocks starting right here, all we need to do is clear anything above it, correct? So, and we can take, I mean, this generation is not going to go to freaking Y 200, or even probably not even 100. So we don't have to clear everything, unless of course you have like a survival that you're generating and you need to clear to the Y-axis. But for our case, we don't need to clear everything, so we're just going to clear to a certain point. So before our first set block here, let's get a game action here. Let's just compact, because I prefer that. Let's get a set location, and let's get a game action. Now we're going to get a little space here by shift right clicking that stone, and we're going to set a variable. We're going to do shift on axis, and we're going to need to get 2 variables. So let's just go ahead and do 2 variables. The first one's going to be clear bot, or you can even use just clear 1 and clear 2. I'm just going to make these locals, and then let's go ahead and set clear 1 to, let's get the current location. We're going to shift from from current location, we're going to shift to the Y up 1, because we're going to shift, or we're going to want to start clearing 1 above the grass. So then we're going to do another shift on axis right here, and let's take the clear 2, oops, the clear 2, and then let's, from the current location, let's shift on the Y-axis up, I don't know, maybe 30 probably would be a safe guess, or however much you want to do. That can be changed based on how much you need to clear above it. Alright, so that should be good. Now we're going to do another shift right click on that stone to get more space, and we're going to do a block manipulation set block, and we're going to not put any blocks in, which is basically just going to clear everything, set it to air. And now, alright, we have to wait for this generation, but you can see it in the back. It just cleared out some of that layer. Let's watch right here. It's clearing out. It's clearing out more. It's clearing out more. As you can see, it's clearing out, and you don't have to worry about clearing anything underneath, because if you can see, if you saw, I don't know if you did see, but you could rewind it. It cleared out that dirt that was kind of right there and replaced it with stone. And there we go. Now we have a functioning generation system. I'm quickly going to go ahead and give myself fly. Set flight to enabled. Cool. Oh gosh, now I'm dying. Yep. Let me just plot, set, spawn. There we go. And I still can't fly. That's epic. Oh well. Oh, because of the... Wait, what? Let's just full on set my game mode then, if it's going to be like that. Boom. Now we can watch as it generates. It's clearing out everything that's not supposed to be there, so it's going to clear that out. It's going to clear all of this out. There we go. It's going to clear all of that out. Perfect. Everything is functional, and that's epic. Now, this is a very basic terrain generation for 5.2 using the repeat on grid. There is, let's just clear out there. There's going to be another tutorial coming, which is going to show some biome stuff. So instead of just having all, a plains area with just grass, we're going to add some biomes in. It's going to be like a desert, and it's going to be, taiga, whatever you want. We're going to have that option to have biomes. Either way, as we watch this, I'm just going to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys found this useful. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys have any questions, like always, just go ahead and leave them in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.